देखो हमारे, अगर हम थ्योरी देखते हैं तो इसमें सबसे पहला आएगा like what is the symptoms, what is etiology, what is disease cycle, management of the following disease, and after that we will just come to on the particular diseases. Okay, so in which the field crops are like wheat, rust, loose smut, kernel burn, powdery mildew, alternaria blight, etc. तो हम शुरू करते हैं। सबसे पहले like there are some important definitions. So first is the etiology. Etiology, there is the determination and study of the cause of diseases. Okay, so determination and study of the cause of disease, that what is the cause of a disease and why the disease goes in the plant, and how the pathogen which cause the disease in the plant. Okay, after that pathogen, that means the organism that cause disease. Okay, and we can say that that is a particular factor which cause the disease or organism which cause the disease in the plant, that is called the pathogen. After that, pathological pathological condition of being disease. Pathological, that means that is a type of condition. During these condition, the pathogen which can cause the disease in the plant. Okay, in every type of plant, if the condition is the pathological, that means it can cause the disease in the plant. Okay, after that, the pathogenic, that means we can say that that is a characteristics of a pathogen, and having the characteristics of a pathogen to cause the disease, so that will be called the pathogenic. Okay, after that, pathogenicity, that is a capability of a pathogen to cause a disease. Patho, there are two words, patho plus genicity. Gen, that means origin, and pathogen, that means which can cause the disease. So that is a capability of a pathogen to cause a disease, because sometime whenever the pathogen which attack first time on the plant, only in that case they can cause the disease in the plant during the first interaction. Okay, that means that is the capability of the pathogen. And sometime after attachment with the pathogen, or after the attachment of the host and pathogen, sometime the pathogen which can't cause the disease in the plant. So we can say that that is also a capability of a pathogen. So some pathogen which can show their aggressiveness, and they can cause the virulent diseases, or their effect will be vigor. So pathogenicity, that is a capability of a pathogen to cause a disease. Okay. After that, host. Host, that means organism that harbors the parasite or pathogen. So basically, pathogen which will be cause the disease in the host, and host where the pathogen which can stay there, and they will be absorb their nutrients from the host. So basically, there are three kind of hosts, like organism that harbors the parasite or pathogen. So hosts are three types, like resistant host, tolerant host, and the susceptibility. Resistant host, when it can resist the pathogen, it can exclude, hinder, or overcome the effect of a given pathogen or damaging factor. Resistant, that means before the pathogen which can attack on the plant, and after attacking the host which will be resist them. Resist, that means before cause the disease they can prevent themselves. ओके, लाइक कोई भी पैथोजन है वो जैसे ही प्लांट्स पे अटैक करता है उससे पहले ही उसके अगेंस्ट प्लांट्स में उसके लिए रेसिस्टेंसी होती है, जिससे कि वो उस पर कोई अफेक्ट नहीं डाल सकता. So that will be called resistant host. So when it can resist the pathogen, it can exclude, hinder, or overcome the effect of a given pathogen or damaging factor. After that, tolerance. Tolerance, ability of the plant organism to be colonized by the pathogen exposed to an abiotic factor without dying, demonstrating disease symptom. Now, like two words we are using, resistant host and another is tolerant host. Resistant, that means like before cause the disease, the plant which can prevent themselves because they will be resist the pathogen. Tolerance, that means after causing the disease in the plant which can tolerate themselves. Is it clear? Is it clear or not what is resistant or what is tolerant?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
हाँ मैम.
देखो, रेसिस्टेंट वो होता है जो कि अटैक करने से पहले ही अपने आप को प्रिवेंट करता है, ठीक है, या फिर पैथोजन का उस पे कोई इफेक्ट नहीं होता. और एक होता है टॉलरेंस, दैट मीन्स पैथोजन ने अटैक भी किया, पैथोजन ने उसमें डिजीज कॉज भी की, लेकिन उसके बाद भी जो प्लांट है वो इतना ज़्यादा मतलब वो प्लांट की डेथ को कॉज नहीं कर सका, या फिर जितनी भी एडवर्स कंडीशन है में प्लांट अपने आप को इजीली टॉलरेट कर सकता है, ठीक है, वो होता है टॉलरेंस. आफ्टर दैट, ससेप्टिबिलिटी इज द अपोजिट ऑफ रेसिस्टेंट. Opposite of resistant, that means if the host is resistant, that means pathogen can't cause the disease. But if host is the susceptible, that means it will be easily affected by the pathogen whenever the pathogen will be attacked. Okay. After that, diagnosis. So there is the determination of the nature or cause of a disease or disorder. After that, what is the sign and what is the symptom? Sign, that means the sign of a disease are the changes in a body that can be detected when they will be examined. And we can say that the sign, those are only objective evidence of a disease. Okay. So the sign give doctors clue about what may be going on with your body. Like sign and symptom, two words are there. Sign are the objective or symptoms are the subjective. Okay. So the sign of a disease are the changes in a body that can be detected when they will be examined. Like not only on the basis of the sign, we can't measure the disease and we can't say that the particular person which is suffering from this disease. Okay. Symptoms, visible response of a plant to a stress resulting in a change, abnormality in the plant. For example, like spores, wilt, galls, etc. Because every disease or every pathogen which have and which cause different types of symptoms in the plant, and the visible response, and on the basis of the symptoms we can measure the disease that the particular plant which is affected or suffering from this disease. That's why the symptoms are the subjective evidence of a disease, and the sign, those are the objective evidence a disease. Only whenever we will examine, or the doctor or the pathologist will be examined, only in that case we can say that the plant which is suffering from this disease. But if symptoms are there, then on the basis of the symptom we can say that the plant is suffering from this disease. After that, the syndrome, it is the totality of the object demonstrated in a host by one disease can be simultaneously. It is the totality of the object. That means syndromes are also a type of disease, but there is not only a single disease. When we can say that that there is the syndrome whenever the particular person or the plant which will be suffering from many diseases, and the diseases which will be caused just one after another. ओके, लाइक जैसे पहले कोई एक डिजीज हुई प्लांट में, उसके बाद उसमें वो डिजीज ठीक नहीं हुई, उससे पहले ही जो प्लांट है वो किसी दूसरे डिजीज से सफर हो गया, फिर वो ठीक नहीं हुई, उससे पहले ही तीसरी डिजीज से सफर हो गया. So that's why we are saying that it is the totality of the object demonstrated in a host by one disease, that is can be simultaneously visible in succession, that means one after another, and can be either visible or invisible to the undead eyes. Syndrome is the group of various features, signs, symptoms, phenomena, or characteristics that are clinically recognizable. Okay, that's why we are saying that there will be various types of feature, sign, symptoms, or phenomena, because there is not only a single disease, the plant which affect by different diseases. So, any objective evidence of a disease like a skin rash is a sign and can be recognized by the doctor, family members, and the patient. And however, the stomach ache, lower back pain, and fatigue, for examples, are symptoms and can only be felt by the pathogen. After that, the diseases can be due to biotic agent, infectious, and living component of the ecosystem. Why the biotic agent cause infectious? Can you tell why the biotic agent, in bracket we are writing that infectious? Infectious, that means the diseases which caused by the biotic agents, these will be infectious. Infectious, that means it will be uh, like if one plant which is affected by a disease, and the disease caused by the like bacteria, fungi, viruses, that means these are the biotic agent. So if the one plant which is infected by the disease, then the nearby plant will be also infected or suffer from the same disease. Okay, so we can say that the infectious diseases in which there will be uh, like establishment of the same pathogen between two plants. Okay, like दो plant हैं, suppose that there are two plants nearby, So if one plant which is suffering from any disease, then after 2 to 3 days or 3 to 4 days, the another plant which will be also suffered from the same disease. Like if we are talking about the field crops, if a single plant which will be affected by the disease, and the disease which caused by the biotic agent, then after 2 to 3 days the same disease or the same symptoms which will be also caused in the nearby plant or in the healthy plant. That means this kind of diseases are infectious, because these kind of diseases which caused by the biotic diseases. Then abiotic factor, non-infectious, because these diseases which caused by the non-living physical or chemical components, and the disease which caused by the abiotic factors or by the non-living factors, then they will be not infectious. Okay. And abiotic factor basically due to the some chemical components or due to the environmental factor, this kind of diseases will be caused. Okay. Environmental diseases like nutrition deficiencies, weather, and or chemicals. Like if environmental diseases is there due to the lack of nutrition, that means only the particular plant where the nutrition and the lack of nutrition or deficiency of nutrition is there, then only the particular plant will be suffer. If another plant, those having all the nutrients, those required for their growth, then these symptoms or these type of diseases will be never caused there. That's why we are saying that non-infectious. After that, plant injury like abrupt alteration of form or function which caused by a discontinuous irritant like insect, animal, physical, chemical, or environmental agents. So the causal agents are of two types, like animate, those are the living, or inanimate, non-living factors. After that, virulence. So in plant, virulence refers to a pathogen ability to infect a resistant host. So in animal system, virulence refers to the degree of damage caused by a microbe to its host. That means virulence that is the ability of the pathogen to cause the disease or to infect the resistant host. That means we already talk about the resistant host. Okay, so resistant host, that means pathogen can't cause the disease in resistant host, because before cause the disease they will be resist them. But if the pathogen which is virulent, or if the pathogen which is showing the virulence, in that case they will be also cause the disease in the resistant host. That means virulence is the capability of a pathogen to cause the disease in resistant host. ओके, कभी कभार किसी को बहुत ज्यादा गुस्सा आता है, हम बोलते हैं ना ज्यादा वायरुलेंट मत हो, वो होती है एक तरीके की अग्रेसिवनेस, या फिर हम कह सकते हैं वायरुलेंट इफेक्ट. सो वायरुलेंस कैपेबिलिटी और पैथोजेंस एबिलिटी to infect a resistant host. Virulent, a relative aggressiveness of the pathogen. A virulent pathogen that does not cause severe disease. Okay, he can like it can cause the disease but not severe disease. The pathogenicity of an organism, its ability to cause a disease, is determined by the virulence factors. After that, parasites. Parasites, plants or animals that live on or in a host, getting their nutrients from the host, so the host never benefits from the arrangement. Parasite, that means the agents and the animals, those get the nutrients from the other plants or other animals, or they will be always feed on the others. Okay, they will be cause the parasite. And in this type of relationship, the host which never gets the benefit. So parasites, we can say that there is the interaction between two animals, plus and minus. We can denote them plus sign or minus sign. Plus for the parasite organism or animal, or minus which is for the host, because host always gets the harm and parasite animals always gets the benefit. So parasites are of two types: obligate parasite or facultative parasite. So the obligate parasite, which always depends entirely on a living host. Okay, if the living host is not there, then these kind of parasite can't survive. So to complete their life cycle, the obligate parasite always required a living host, and the facultative parasite have the ability or a faculty to adapt to an alternative mode of living. That means if a living organism is there, in that case, they will be entirely feed on the living organism, but in the absence of the living organism, they can also feed on the other. Facultative, that means they have the facility or they have the alternate host. If one host is not there, in that case, they can they can feed on the other. Okay. So they make up about 1% of angiosperm and are in almost every biome in the world. So all parasitic plants have modified roots named Custoria because to absorb the nutrients, the parasitic plant, those will be modified their structure. We can say that Custoria, which penetrate the host plants, connecting them to the conductive system, either the xylem and the phloem or both. And then they will be gets the nutrients from there. Okay, because they will be directly connected to the xylem and phloem. So both are the like xylem by which they will be gets their food and phloem by which they will be gets their water. So this provide them with the ability to extract water and nutrients from the host. Parasitic plants are classified depending on where the parasitic plant latches into the host and the amount of nutrients is required. So some parasitic plants are able to locate their host plant by detecting chemicals in the air or soil given off by host shoots or roots. So there is about 4,500 species of parasitic plant in approximately 20 families of flowering plants are known. Okay, so basically these types of plant and mostly the flowering plant, those will be as a parasite. So here there are some example of parasitic plant. Like there are two plants, one another plant which is wrapped with the other plant, so it will be just absorb all the nutrients from that plant. Okay, and one plant which will be gets the benefit and another which will be in. Okay, next is some additional definitions of plant pathology in which we will discuss about like what is disease, what is disorder, etc. Firstly, disease, any malfunctioning of host cell and tissues that results from continuous irritation by a pathogenic agent or environmental factor and leads to development of symptoms. Then disorder. Disorder, that means non-infectious plant diseases due to abiotic causes such as adverse soil and environmental conditions are termed disorder. The common characteristics of non-infectious diseases of plant is that they are caused by the lack or excess of some things like temperature, soil moisture, soil nutrients, light, air, and soil pollutants, air humidity, soil structure, and pH that supports life. Non-infectious plant diseases occur in the absence of pathogen and cannot therefore be transmitted from diseased to healthy plants. That means disorder which not caused by the pathogen only due to the environmental condition. Maybe there will be lack or excess of some things like temperature. If temperature will be in excess or low temperature will be there, then it will be also cause disorder in the plant. Disease in this sense, there is the main reason of the disease is the pathogen or the causal organism will be there that we can call the pathogen. After that, what is pathogen? An entity, usually a microorganism that can incite disease. In a literal sense, a pathogen is any agent that causes pathos, that means alignment, suffering, or damage. However, the term is generally used to denote living organisms, fungi, bacteria, amylose, nematode, etc., and viruses, but not nutritional deficiencies. Next one, pathogenesis is the chain of events that lead to development of disease in the host. Sequence of progress in disease development from the initial contact between the pathogen and its host to the completion of the syndrome. The next is saprophyte. Saprophyte, that means a plant, fungus, or microorganism that lives on dead or decaying organic matter. Biotrope, an organism that can live and multiply only on other organisms or only on the living organism. That's why the name given biotrope, because they always require a living host for their survival. So they always obtain their food from living tissues on which they complete their life cycle. For example, rust, smut, and powdery mildew fungi. The term is synonymous with obligate parasite. Obligate parasite, that means they always require a living host for their survival, otherwise they can't grow. Then hemibiotrope, or we can say facultative saprophyte. The parasites which attack living tissues in the same way as biotropes but will continue to grow and reproduce after the tissue is dead, that is called as facultative saprophytes. Facultative saprophytes, like firstly they require living host, but in the absence of the living host, they can easily survive on the dead and decaying matter, or they will be continue to grow, or they can reproduce after the tissue is dead. Then parthotropes or parthophytes, we can say that necrotrops. So a parasite is a necrotrops when it kills the host tissues in advance of penetration and then lives saprophytically. For example, Sclerotium rolfis is a corticoid fungus in the family, that is Atheliaceae. is a facultative plant pathogen and is the causal agent of southern blight disease in crops. Then inoculum. Inoculum is the part of the pathogen which, on contact with susceptible host plant, causes infection. So the infective propagules, which on coming in contact with the host plant causes an infection, are known as inoculum. Inoculum potential. The energy of growth of a parasite available for infection of a host at the surface of the host organ to be infected. So the resultant of the action of environment, the vigor of the pathogen to establish an infection, the susceptibility of the host, and the amount of inoculum present. Inoculum potential, that means we can say that like how much potential have by the for infection of a host. Then incubation period, the period of time between penetration of host 14 days, it will be showing their symptom. So that period, like first day to last 10 days or 13 days, the period will be called incubation period, in which the pathogen which can adapt themselves according to the environmental conditions. Then predisposition, it is the action of set of environments prior to penetration and infection which makes the plant vulnerable to attack by the pathogen. So it is related to the effect of environments on the host, not on the pathogen just before actual penetration occur. Then hypersensitivity, excessive sensitivity of plant tissues to certain pathogens, affected cells are killed quickly, blocking the advance of obligate parasites, that is called hypersensitivity. Then infection. Infection is the establishment of a parasitic relationship between two organisms following entry or penetration of parasite within a host plant. That means the same pathogen which will be established between two plants. That is called infection. Systematic infection, the growth of pathogen from the point of entry to varying extent without showing adverse effect on tissues through which it passes. Epidemic or epiphytotic disease. A disease usually occurs widely but periodically in a destructive form is referred as endemic or epiphytotic disease. For example, late blight of potato, that is Iris famine in 1845. Endemic, constantly present in a moderate to severe form and is confined to a particular country or distinct. For example, club root of cabbage, in Nilgiris, black wort of potato, onion smut, that is Urositis sipuli. Then sporadic disease. Sporadic disease occur at very irregular intervals and locations and in relatively favored instance. Example, woodbutta disease of rice, angular leaf spot of cucumber, which caused by Pseudomonas. So these are the paper for discussion. Thank you.